Hello, welcome everyone. Blue here at Particle Measuring Systems. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Hardigan. Paul has been with PMS for 14 years and has held a variety of product line manager positions with the company, as well as presenting at life science industry events. Hey Paul, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Blue. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks for making the time today. So my first question is, would you please tell me about the IsoAir Pro products from Particle Measuring Systems?
Well, certainly. The IsoAir Pro products are a new product offering from Particle Measuring Systems. This is the culmination of several different generations of products we've had in the past. This is a built-in pump particle counter. This started back in, way back in 1999 with the IsoAir Plus, as we called it. That was replaced by the next generation product called the IsoAir 310P in around 2011. And now we've come out with the latest generation called the IsoAir Pro Series, which consists of the Pro E and the Pro Plus product. This also completes out our Pro product line that's used in our microbial sampling as well as our facility monitoring system. So we have a complete line of what we call our Pro products that have a similar look and feel to each other, to be used with the facility monitoring systems. And this is in addition to having not only aerosol and particle measuring products, but we also have liquid products as well as products for conducting data management with these systems.
Wonderful. So what are some of the key differences in this generation of product from the previous generation?
So what we've done is this latest generation product, we've kind of split it into two different products. One we call the IsoAir Pro E, and one is called the IsoAir Pro Plus. The Pro E is a PoE, or power over Ethernet based system. So it's a much simpler installation, doesn't need to have AC power installed, gets its power from the Ethernet installation. And it really is designed to be strictly a particle counter, providing particle counting information out. Some customers don't want to have 4 to 20 taking in data from temperature, humidity sensors, just want particle counting. So this one makes it a very specific, dedicated product for doing that. And it makes it also have the smallest package possible. So it's a smaller enclosure and smaller size and weight. The Pro Plus, though, we've added the additional functionality that some customers may need, such as AC power, DC power, analog inputs and digital inputs or outputs as well, along with Wi-Fi. So the Pro Plus basically is a full-featured product for those customers who either want to be running AC power or wireless, whereas the Pro E is a much simpler system, very basic, and just can connect via Ethernet, via power over Ethernet, and just provide the particle counting information out. Both of them are in essentially the same kind of packaging. The Pro Plus is a slightly larger unit because it does have the additional AC power and the I/O and the Wi-Fi compatibility in it as well.
You talked about improvements. What were some of those improvements over the previous generation of counters?
So one of the major things that our customers talked about was the size and the weight. They've kind of changed a little bit over time. This used to previously be a product that was used in the background areas. Now we're trying to use it more in the filling lines and in tighter space constraints. So one of the big ones was we tried to make the units smaller, not only smaller, but smaller, lighter weight. So it'd be easier to fit into those tight applications, such as on a filling line for pharmaceutical monitoring, as well as our OEM customers. Filling line manufacturers are always concerned about space. So we did design the unit to be much smaller to take into account their needs. In addition to the size and weight aspect that we made it smaller and lighter, we also looked at making it better for the environment. So we basically made the unit IP, ingress protection, IP rating 65, which means it can be hit with a lot of water, washed down, cleaning chemicals, liquids. So it's not going to get liquid into the unit and cause any damage. Many other counters out there have vent holes in them and are not sealed up properly. This unit's sealed, so you can spray it down and clean the areas without concerns about it damaging the internals of the product. Those are two major changes. In addition to that, we also improved the user interface. We developed a smart bracket that allows the unit to be hung or attached to a bracket. And that bracket contains vital information about that sampling location, such as the IP address for communication to a monitoring system. Also contains some of the programming of the product itself in it. So when the product comes back from being sent out for calibration or servicing, customers don't need to take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to reprogram the units before they put them back in place. They can take these units in a matter of minutes, hang it on a smart bracket that we have, The smart bracket contains the information regarding the IP address that will load that into the instrument, and they can go back to monitoring rather quickly. So it eliminates the potential that customers could program the units wrong, or even possibly install them in the wrong location and not be aware of the units monitoring a spot that they didn't expect. So that's another major improvement that we did as far as from a serviceability standpoint. From a functionality standpoint, we also increased the resistance of the product to what we call VHP, or vaporized hydrogen peroxide. Previously, you used to have to cap the instruments and not let the vapors go through it, or else it could damage the internals. This product actually has some special coatings inside that allow VHP to actually go through the flow path. So while you're not typically monitoring during that process, previously, if you put VHP through it, you could damage the instrument, and that would lead to costly repairs and an instrument out of service. By making it VHP resistant, we now have eliminated that potential damage and downtime for the instrumentation. Something else we've also done is making sure this communicates not only to our own facility monitoring system, the Facility Pro, but we've also have Modbus in the system, which is another communication protocol that's common in the industry to make anybody who might have a third-party monitoring system they're using capable of talking to this instrument very easily. Modbus is a pretty common industry standard, and by incorporating that, makes it very easy for third-party companies to talk to this instrument if they're using a third-party monitoring software.
How has the product been received in the industry?
The product's actually been received very well. We've actually won a couple of design awards. We won the 2021 Pharma Innovation Award for the IsoAir Pro product. In addition to that, we also won the 2022 Interfex Exhibitor Award, Editor's Choice for the product. That was presented actually at the show to our national sales manager, who was at the show at the time. In addition to winning those awards, I'd like to say this is probably one of the fastest adopting products that we've offered from PMS in the last 10 years here. It's actually been received extremely well by the customers. And to be honest, I think we hit the right product with the right functions and features at the time for the market based on how it's being received. I'd say the marketplace is very interested in what we have to offer with this product.
That's fantastic. So how hard is it for customers with an older IsoAir 310P instrument to upgrade, and why should they upgrade?
So the older IsoAir 310P was a good instrument, but again, it was designed about 10 years ago. So it's got a little bit of the older technology in it. It's a larger unit. A lot of our customers nowadays are very space constrained and concerned about space. Also handling of the instruments. I talked a bit about the IsoAir Pro product line having a smart bracket where the box can actually install onto a bracket and all the information is recorded in the bracket. The previous generation product did not have those capabilities. So everything had to be programmed. They sent it off for calibration. It would get returned. They'd have to spend about 30 to 45 minutes reprogramming the system to make sure it goes back into the proper location. With the IsoAir Pro system, they can receive the unit back, install it on the smart bracket. All that information is on the mounting bracket at the location, loads it all into the instrument, and they can go on their way measuring particles. So basically eliminates the likelihood of installing these units into the wrong location, as well as increasing the installation speed by 30 to 40 minutes per installation point upon return from calibration. So those are some of the big reasons why they should be looking at that.
That's a fantastic improvement. Paul, any final thoughts on the IsoAir Pro, on the offering, on the product?
So while the IsoAir Pro, we've made some significant instrumentation improvements and added some functions and features customers have really been looking forward to. This is only one part of a total facility monitoring system that our customers need. They need to measure particle counting. They need to measure microbial. They need advisory services on how and where to measure. They might need servicing of the product. So this IsoAir Pro product is just one of a multitude of products that particle measuring systems can offer. Everything from the simple instrument for an FMS system such as this, to the control software with Facility Pro, or even portable instrumentation with the IsoAir Pro or the MiniCap product line. So it's only one part of a complete family offering that PMS offers from a full service standpoint to our customers.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Paul.
Thank you.